Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of my wannabe cooking show. I hope you all had a fabulous holiday and that you got everything you wished for. Santa brought me some new tech gifts, so now I'm feeling a little bit more professional. Hopefully it doesn't suck as much. So my last episode was holiday themed. I'm gonna stick with the same thing this time. I was trying to think what would be a great New Year's Eve or New Year's Day dinner, and I figured I'd do something that I hadn't tried before, and I'm going to be doing Gordon Ramsay's version of it. It's a beef Wellington. While I'm doing this, I will be following a video of his that he put up on how to do it. It's not the most descriptive thing in the world, but I think I can handle it. So my ingredients are this giant tenderloin. For my sides, I'm gonna be doing asparagus, some sort of way. I'll also be doing some purple sweet potatoes because I love purple, and why not? Okay. First thing, we're searing the beef. I'm going to cut it in half. Yes. And now I have a piece pretty comparable to the one he's showing here. In you go. Ah, that's a good sound. And then he kind of like tipped it to the side, like this, to get more of it at once. That's not, I can't do that, that's so messy. I'll just have patience with it. Okay, now that we have our meat seared and resting, let's move on to the next part. Oh, that's right. So what he does is he takes a spicy mustard and brushes it onto the meat immediately after it's been cooked, which he said is an incredibly important thing to do. Did I do that? Not quite. It says you can also use horseradish. I'm using, which is actually mustard and horseradish together. Now we have a person in the house who is not a fan of mustard. We're just not gonna tell him that this is happening. Oh, that smells so good. Okay, so probably hide this in case he comes in so he doesn't see it and totally freak out. Okay, now officially on to the next part, which should be the mushrooms, the duxelle. Yes. Yes. 700 grams of chestnut mushrooms. Well, I have Baby Bella and they look kind of the same, so let's go with that. So I apologize for the sound that you're about to hear in your ears. Okay, now it's time to cook these in a dry pan to get rid of all the moisture that is inside of them. I don't think this is chopped up finely enough, but we're gonna go with it. Sorry, Gordon Ramsay. Okay, now in this part, he put in some thyme. I will also put in some thyme, but I will not just stop there. I'm gonna do some rosemary and some garlic as well because I like flavor. Sorry if this is not traditional. I don't do very many things traditionally. My family will confirm that. Okay, so real quick, here's the mushrooms in the pan doing their thing. It looks like a weird version of like minced meat. It's very interesting. But you can see all of the water starting to cook off. He said that's a good thing and a very crucial element to getting this dish right, which I'm pretty sure I will not do no matter what. Ouch! The garlic found all the cuts on my fingers. He's also given 0 instructions on how long this should take. So, should I maybe roast them in a pan? That color. All right, our mushroom stuff is looking pretty dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. Oh, excess moisture still. Is this not long enough? I should really look up these instructions ahead of time. That works. Just soak it all up. Okay. All right, there's a lot of extra moisture happening around here, which leads me to believe that I did not cook this for long enough. Yes. Apparently this dish is like one of the hard ones to do and to get right and all that stuff. And here I am just frickin' winging it. What a disgrace. Okay, how does he do this part again? Okay. Go in your box. Is this gonna be wide enough? We'll see. In this video, he uses Parma ham. I have prosciutto. Same thing? Probably not, but we're gonna, it's fine. Ah, lay it gently. Oh my God. No, I still don't like prosciutto. I must not be a real Italian. It overlaps like this. That seems big enough. How did he get it off there so nicely? Oh, there we go. Oh, ripped it. How many layers of this did he do? This was like working with some double-sided tape. Oh no. A little bit of pepper, he says. Okay, now he puts the mushrooms on it. Hope these are cool enough. Oh, these still seem so wet. Welp. Can't win them all. Now, he takes a beautiful piece of meat that is rested. Honestly, I'm really scared for this part. He's taken it and like smushed all this up and under. This thing is huge. So the tighter you squeeze, the better shape you get. The better the shape is, the better, oh no. So gently. This is not part of the video. This is just me trying to salvage what's left here. I used a lot of this. I'm gonna also use probably way more than he did. Ooh, now I can pinch the ends. Yes. Okay. Wow! So here I have the sweet potatoes roasting. I just threw a couple sprigs of rosemary in there. Okay, it's been like 15 minutes. This is supposed to be cooled and set. It is only really that on one side. We're just gonna continue anyway. Okay, so obviously with a Wellington, you're supposed to use a puff pastry. My local grocer did not have that, so I'm gonna be using a crescent dough sheet. 2 of them to be exact, because I don't think one's gonna be quite wide enough. How do you open these things? Pop, press, peel. Don't make me look up a video on how to open these. I should have just made my own puff pastry from scratch. Ugh. Let's see, maybe I peel this first. And then, I don't think this is how you're supposed to do it, but I got it out, so maybe it wasn't so bad. All right. Oh! So obviously we have a seam here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and like mush this part down and together and hope it comes out like one big piece. Oh, that overlaps about as weird. I'm just gonna do that. Here we go. And this goes right in the center. There. That doesn't look horrible. Okay, now what? Roll the puff pastry over the beef until the 2 edges meet. Excuse me, please, thank you. Okay, and then roll until the 2 edges meet, right? Okay, guess I did that. Twist the ends together. Maybe cut off any excess on the ends too. Ends are twisted, theoretically sealed. And I think we do this plastic wrapping again. Silicone over. Okay, he did the end twisty thing. Yeah, this is, I think, a lot bigger than it's supposed to be. Ooh, I was able to get a lot tighter that time. That's good. Okay, and then this goes back into the fridge again for like 10 minutes. Okay, my oven is preheated. This has been sitting in the fridge for far longer than he said to have it to. Still don't think it's quite where it needs to be, but we're just gonna go with it. Oh, this is gonna make it too warm. That's the seam. Okay, in the spirit of originality, we're just gonna leave it here. Does an egg wash over the top and the sides. Now for this part, he says you don't have to do it, but it's a really chefy thing to do, so obviously I'm gonna do it. It's just to make little designs with the back of a knife, not the front, you'll cut it. And I can't really do this with where it's sitting because I'm not holding it. I'm gonna do the best I can. Am I a chef now, Gordon Ramsay? I'm gonna put this into my 400-degree oven for 35 minutes. Here's my Wellington. Just kidding, that's Ramsay's. Here's mine. Okay, so we baked in the oven for 35 minutes. We've sat for roughly 10 minutes to let the juices reincorporate. I have a little split on the side, which you can't see conveniently, so kind of worried about that. Now comes the scariest part of all, cutting into it. I'm gonna start from this end. I lost some of that little chefy design that he said to do, probably because I'm not a real chef. Okay. Start at the end here. Yep, just get rid of that extra. Still haven't hit meat yet. Perfect. Where is it? Still haven't hit, okay. Oh, there it is. Excellent. Oh, this is just, ooh. That actually looks kind of pretty. Totally falling apart. Terrible structure. I'm gonna F for that. This is just terrible. Honestly, I didn't expect to do even this well, so I'll take it as a win. If I can just get like 2 nice looking slices. Well, Gordon Ramsay, all I can say is, I'm sorry. All right, now we're gonna do our taste test, and I'd like to welcome on a guest for that. I need to have someone else try it but myself. Here, I'll let you do the honors.
Butcher some more?
Yes.
Sweet.
It can't get any worse than it already is, don't worry. Cut through really easily.
It did, like butter.
That tastes really good. Yeah, my problem definitely was that I did not cook enough of the moisture out of those mushrooms.
I think you might be right about that.
And it all kind of fell apart on the
I
inside.
need some of that.
Okay, so that was this week's episode. Hopefully you can maybe do a little bit better if you attempt to try this. Somewhere, Gordon Ramsay is not smiling down on me as I hoped he would be.
Tastes
We all
better,
make
at least.
mistakes. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.